Wiki. The Honorable Minister is here. Honorable Minister, we'll be coming back to you shortly, but good to see you. And good to know that in spite of all these activities of the past 22 days now, you're up and running.
Thank God for that.
My name is Benga Aruleba. I work with Africa Independent Television AIT, and let me quickly, with the permission of the Honorable Minister, introduce my other colleagues that are here on the panel today. Sitting to my immediate right is Babajide Kolade Utitoju. Babajide is Director of News, TVC News. Jide, good to see you.
Good morning, viewers.
And sitting next to Jide is somebody who's joining us for the very first time. My pleasure to welcome Martins Ayokola. Martins is Daily Editor, Leadership Newspapers. Martins, good to see you.
Yeah, good morning, viewers. Yeah, good morning, viewers.
All right, let's cross to the other side of the aisle. The only lady among us, of course, you know her too well, Kayla Megua. Kayla is presenter, producer, Abuja Dateline. So it's not presenter with Channels Television. Good to see you, Kayla.
Thank you so much.
And of course, sitting next to Kayla is Chijoke Okafo. Chijoke is of ADBN. Chijoke, good to see you too.
It's a delight to see you, Minister.
And of course, bringing up the rear is Chris Izigoso. Chris is news editor, Arise News. Of course, let me also add that Chris is former president, Nigeria Union of Journalists. Chris, good to see you.
Thank you very much, my pleasure. Good morning,
Honorable Minister, like I said, earlier in June, you announced what was going to be a month-long commissioning exercise. Today should be day 22. And there are days that you even had to commission as many as 2 projects in a day. This is spectacular and unprecedented. How would you describe the fact that this is happening almost for the very first time in Nigeria, at least since democracy started? I have not seen where from day to day for a month, project commissioning. This is unprecedented.
Well, thank you very much for giving us the opportunity to interact with members of the public and hear us out. I thank God you said that this is unprecedented and this is the first time. This also tells you the commitment of the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Using Abuja, for example, as a case in point, that I don't know where it has happened. For the 3rd year anniversary, first of all, when we came on board 2023, his first year anniversary, we took 1 week to commission projects. His 2nd year anniversary, we took 19 days of project commissioning. In his 3rd year anniversary, we are taking 31 days of project commission. Not projects that you cannot see, not 3D, not video. It's something that you can see it with your eyes. You can even go there and say, oh, is this the project they're talking about? Yes, I have seen. So it's totally the commitment of the present government. And like I said, leadership is key. If you have a leader who is serious, who is committed for delivery, those who are working with the leader will also not have any choice or any alternative. You will be committed to do the right thing. I know that when he called this, say, look, let's change the narrative in Abuja. People are complaining, things are not happening, no infrastructure for a city like us. And you must do something different. Let them see the impact of governance, not only in the city center, but also in the satellite town. I don't see when, and this is the first time, where you involve stakeholders, community to be part of your projects. What do I mean by part of it? You go to them, ask them questions. What do you want? There are so many problems, there are so many demands everywhere. But there are key things that the people say, look, we want this now. It's not about us sitting in our offices and say, vendor-driven project. No. You go to the communities, ask them, what do you want? They say, look, we want water. We know that we need road, but water is important to us now. So they become part of decision-making. And that's why they will own up the property. Go to satellite towns today, what you see is a different thing. They now know that there's government. Government is not as defined as government. No. Government, people now look, oh, we have been hearing about government. What is government? Government means talk to the people. Government means provide the basic infrastructure. And they are not seeing the build infrastructure. That is what they don't know there is government. But if they don't see this, if you talk government, they don't understand what you are talking about. So that's the difference between this administration and any other administration, particularly as it relates to Abuja.
Good to see you again after about 8 months. You look like somebody who is biased on the side of the roads. And people have seen far more road projects that you have inaugurated. And the question is, when are we going to see some real movement in other areas like health, like school infrastructure, almost as much as we are seeing you delivering those roads? And why have you chosen to prioritize roads in the way you have done?
Now, first of all, let me say that it is not only road infrastructure. Water is key. You remember that during the second anniversary of Mr. President, when we launched commission the Abuja City Water, he said, you have to take this to the satellite towns. And it was very possible. Last week, the Vice President, representing Mr. President, commissioned the Karu Neighborhood Water Scheme. On 14th, the First Lady will represent the President in commissioning the Buhari Water Scheme. So it's not only road. Water is important, and see water. So we believe that by this 2026, we'll also take this water scheme to area councils like Abaji or Kuje, as the case may be, and pending the resources we have. We've also talked about buildings. So it's not about road, but road is key. Yep. And I tell people, if you want to talk about development, the major issue of development has to do with infrastructure roads. If you don't have good roads, which school are you going to? If you don't have good roads, which industry are you going to site? Which investors will come? If you don't have good roads, where will you start the hospital? I am not saying that these are not important, but if you want to develop any nation first, roads and bridges lead the way. We have also don't concentrate on roads. If I mention the number of schools that have been intervened, it's not less than 120 schools. But I don't see, I've said it before, rehabilitating schools, able to commission road. If I have said, if you're interested, the Mandate Secretary of Education, take journalists, and go and see. So it is not, we're not only concentrating on roads, but even though we prioritize roads in order to open up the economy.
The remodel city gates that will be commissioned today is a beauty to behold. We just, the question I want to ask you is there a plan to put a mini police station there for security purpose?
Before I go into that, but let me say, when the teacher asked question, you cannot talk about only roads. Talk about the beauty of a city. You are coming to a city. The first thing, the impression you have, this city is going to be, it looks well. That impression alone will motivate you to do one thing or the other. That is not our brainchild. It's the brainchild of the First Lady. It's the brainchild of the First Lady. The day she called me, she said, Minister, but you have been traveling. Is that how city gates of other countries are? I did not understand very well. So I went and met her. I said, look, I don't understand what you're saying. He said, look, why can't you do something to beautify the place? Anybody entering Abuja says, yes, we're entering the city of Abuja. I didn't do that. After about 3 months, she called. If you don't want to go and do it, I'll find a way to go and do it. That is the commitment. I said, we're on it. Until the day Jonathan and then, so she called me and said, look, she has seen it now. That the father done what she was thinking. She was thinking only about flowers and but this is beautiful. I wish you'd be around this night. It will be commissioned this night, 6:30. Now, there will be security, but issue of building police station there, I don't think it may be necessary. Of course, when you talk about police station, you talk about all kinds of things to it. But for security, yes, security will be there.
Okay, while you're on that project, perhaps if the lighting system too is also improved.
It's beautiful.
Because I passed through there at night. It's okay, very good.
Would you want to put the light until after today?
Okay.
We don't want you to see it. It is 6:30.
Okay.
Thereafter, every night you will see the light. Okay. We just want to surprise you, even though it's no longer surprise by telling you now. But see, what makes you happy? And one of the things I finally see, that is office of First Lady. Thinking, what can I add? What value can I contribute to what my husband is doing? Filling the gaps. It's not calling you, hey, I want this contract to be given to social person. No. This is what I have never thought. Nobody has even called our attention. But see what somebody has thought of. Entering the city. It doesn't look like a city. Some people will say, what is that? It's only those who don't know the importance of beauty. It's only those who don't know the importance of landscaping will only ask that kind of question. So while we are talking about roads, schools, and the rest, we're also talking about how to beautify the city, urban renewal.
I guess that's why we are giving her the honor of doing the commissioning today.
Of course, I told the president that this is somebody's brainchild, this is somebody's idea. So,
all right, Chris.
Okay, thank you very much. Still talking about beautifying the city. The Mabushi bus and taxi terminal has become operational. And one would have thought that all the other terminals, especially the one at the Central Business District, would be operational at the same time, So I don't know if you have plan to make that one operational. And we have the damaged one in Kubo. We are not hearing anything about it. You've also promised to build in Gwagwalada, in Buhari. So how soon are we going to get these ones also operating like that of Mabushi? But secondly, you have been able to answer the question about concentrating on roads. And of course, you talked about the water projects. We also know of hospital projects that have been abandoned in some places. If you go to Gwagwalada, even in Gwarimpa and other places, by previous administrations. So are you planning on, giving attention to those hospitals?
You see, that's one good thing about the government doing well. Everybody wants everything to be done at the same time. If the government was not doing well, nobody will be bothered. So I like that, you remember that Mabuchi is working. That should give you the hope that Kubo will work. That will give you hope that the Central Business Area will work. That will also mean that we made a promise to build another one, Wagrada and Buhari. That is already in the pipeline. Now, the one of Kubo had an issue, which the contractor is trying to fix back. Remember that we didn't want to operate this bus terminals by ourselves. We felt that if that happens, of course, people take government as nobody's proper. So we have to get somebody who the Finance Council awarded the contract to run the entire place and to get vehicles. So it wasn't an easy thing, but we thank God that we have started. Before the end of this year, the Central Business Area will also start. And then we will be building the two new ones I told you, one in Wabrada and one in Buhari. They are sure that we bring body, just build a place and abandon it that way. No, it is not. That's not our style. But, you have to follow the procurement process.
Well, Minister,
so I have said there's a hospital project where I awarded contracts. Take, for example, the one you are talking about and the one in Gwarimpa. Those are the last projects we have awarded. So be hopeful that you will see what is going to happen in the health sector.
All right, Minister, let's talk about the fact that you said you are not biased on roads, that you are extending your administration's work to other sectors like health, water supply, and the rest. But you cannot take away the fact that some skeptics would ask that, are they going to eat roads, even when they are clearly seeing the impact of the roads where the roads are being done? Can your administration tell Nigerians, especially residents of the FCT, the socio-economic impact of some of these commissioned road projects, on the surrounding communities and businesses around there?
Okay, let me just correct some questions. Skeptics will say, are they going to eat road? Let me just give you a clear example. Before this government came on board, from Akwanga to Makodi, there was no road. Was it not affecting the economic activities of the place? Remember I said one time that the former Senate president, who is now the chairman of the ADs, were flying with a helicopter, going back to Makodi. Flying with a helicopter from Makodi to Otubo. Now this government has come and has fixed the road. Is it not going by road now? Economic activities are moving on. You cannot emphasize the effect of road on the socio-economic development of any society. The person who talks about road says, why are you doing road? When the roads were bad, so insecurity. Today, fixing good roads reduces insecurity in the environment. You talk about impact of the roads in communities. When there are no good roads, how do you go to farm and bring your produce to the market? These are the things that lead to economic development. Roads is key. Whether anybody like it or not, you cannot do without roads and bridges. Take, for example, what the federal government is doing from the coastal road and from Badagry to Sokoto or where. And by the time those roads are done, do you know the economic activities that will take place along those roads? It is not something, if I would say something, it's something we should appreciate the government for doing, which is what most government had taken that pain to do such stretch of roads. No government. And that's why when you see a government taking decisions that people never took, never bothered, what we all want is let it be done. By tomorrow it is ready. First of all, I appreciate that somebody has taken a decision. I appreciate that somebody has started it. Because the person thinks well. Because the person means well. Apo to Karishi was awarded in 2010. And you see people complaining, when would this road be done, when would this road be done? If it was done in Portland, would they complain? 2010. And we are now about 2026. 16 good years. 16 good years. Non-implementation. Of nothing. But this is a government that has come. Before December ending, maybe I will carry you, go there and commission it.
Well, that's commendable, Minister. Concerns have also been raised about some of the traders that were once, selling their wares along the roads that your administration has proudly, remodeled, done, and set in good shape. What is your administration also doing regarding the fact that some of these people have now lost their sources of livelihood by means of being removed from the roadside where they used to sell?
That is what we always encourage. We always encourage illegality to be a source of a livelihood. Is that place a market? We build road, you turn it into a market. How can a well-thought-out government allow that? You are the one who say you allow the taxi people to take over the roads you have built simply because you want them to survive. without drive economic activities, without not impeding other people's movement. So building road is not for you to come to the road and start a trade. We have markets. And we must encourage our people that, look, government cannot build road today. The next day, it will be a market. And then you justify it by saying that they are struggling for their source of life. No, that's not correct. If you say so, then you're also saying that armed robbers who go out for illegal things, they're also trying to survive. We should also allow them because they're looking for what they will survive. No, we will not allow that. We will not. Yeah.
Okay, well, Honorable Mr. After your indulgence, by virtue of the fact that I host Dateline Abuja, I get a lot of complaints. It's inundate, and I do have to state that from the feelers that we're getting from our listeners, at least, is that you're doing really well when it comes to infrastructure. There's no doubt about it, and really congratulations for doing something absolutely unprecedented in our history. There are some issues. I brought it up the last time. You said it's delicate, but there were follow-up questions after that. Many people were saying, no, we need to understand what he means by saying it's delicate. Yeah. And I'm talking about this menace at every junction in the FCT. It's everywhere. And it's not just now, it's even worse. You can't go for walks. There are so many hoodlums on the streets. Too many hoodlums on the streets of the FCT. It's worrying, and a lot of residents are very worried for their safety. That's one part of it.
So don't forget everything.
Okay.
Thank God you said that. People are worried. But your colleague asks, that why do you go and move them out when they are trying to survive? So that answers your question. When we take a step, the next thing you see, instead of you to encourage government by taking that action, you say, oh, these are poor people trying to survive. But they are constituting a menace for other people. We have set up a task force down, and I hope you will not make media houses available to begin to criticize what government is doing. We are going to chase them out. Okay. I hope you will come to our own support by saying what government is doing is the right thing. I mean, in government, you cannot every time, hunger. Then if you allow that, there will be lawlessness everywhere.
All right, Your Excellency.
Hold on a second. Areas. Barnets,
yes, Barnets, Area 1.
Even in broad daylight.
Yes, broad daylight. It's crazy.
I have told you that
the task force has been set up.
Yes.
So the follow-up question to that is the fact that, Your Excellency, you're the one who's always explaining things that are happening. Many of our feelers online and people who talk to us on the program are saying, why don't you let your mandate secretaries talk a little bit more about the things that are being done by your government? Since they are in charge...
Who is the chief executive? If anything happens, is it the mandate secretaries you hold or the minister you hold?
Well, we want them to be able to be more responsible for the work that they are doing.
Who told you they are not doing their own work? I have not stopped anybody from doing their own work. But I have to see that because I know virtually everything happening in all the departments. And that's why I'm in charge. So if they ask you a question and I answer you, you go back home. That's what the minister said. But if it's a mandate secretary, the mandate secretary cannot tell you authoritatively that this is what he's going to do. He still has to come back to take permission. So is it not better hearing from me directly and holding me responsible? There's no way I will go back and flip. Okay, take for example, if you say mandate secretary, for example, now, who will talk about security?
The CP.
How would the CP talk about security law? Yes, CP can talk about security, but I, who oversees the administration, will also have to talk about security, because I provide what the security agencies will use in doing their work. So the mandate secretaries in their own part, they interact with the press at their own level. So you see, that's why we say Nigeria is a very difficult place. Now I'm telling you what we are doing. People are not happy. Why am I the one saying it? If it was mandate secretary, people say, why not the minister come and tell us? So you really don't know how to satisfy the Nigerians. But I do believe that kind of question you ask was set up by some people. We know the system. Some people, so we know the system.
We are supposed to be reflecting how the people feel on this program, and we are going to do that a whole lot today.
Yes.
Including those who are commending you. We also tell you that these people are commending you for what you have done for them. But let me take you back to the issue of the bus terminals. Under what arrangement has the one that has come into operational, under what arrangement? Because the last time we spoke, you weren't categorical about how it's going to run.
The PPP arrangement, what we did was to provide the facility, while the private person will provide the vehicles and the rest to be sure to oversee the affairs of the whole process, like me bringing my facility and you bringing your expertise to do the job.
And it's like you're not considering the suggestion the last time that the terminals in Kubo is a little bit too into the city, that they are probably if you move further down.
So we should go and move that. We should go and move that now.
No. You could have a second one because you know the traffic of the volume of people coming from that.
What I would say is that, like here, just said about Gwagwalada or Buhari, right? You see, you cannot, because the little resources you have to see how to manage it. Before we took Kubo, a lot of studies were done, right? And that does not mean that will solve the entire problem of traffic. But let us start with the ones we have. In future, you can also, society grows, city grows. So you cannot do the way Abuja is today. That is not how Abuja was before. Okay, take for example, Katape extension. Just these 3 years of the administration of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you can't believe that it used to be very far. But because of provision of infrastructure, the whole place has now the population now is getting higher. And so somebody will say, look, why not provide a bus terminal? So this thing is gradual. It's gradual. So we cannot solve all the whole problem at the same time.
All right. Okay.
Let me ask you about waste management. Abuja is the second fastest growing city in our country after Lagos. And because of population explosion, we are seeing far more litters around Abuja than we used to see. On the way to the airport, you see plastic bags, you see refuse just littering the landscape. What do you intend to do to improve waste management, both industrial and domestic waste management in the federal capital?
Maybe before I answer about, let me correct an impression. You say, you remember when we came on board 2023? People were complaining how dirty Abuja was.
You know I don't live in Abuja.
So that's why I say, so if you are saying something, I believe that you talk with the facts, not what you are told. 2023, people were complaining. Everywhere so dirty. But that is not the case now. That does not mean, too, that we have done the best. But we are improving. We are trying to sign some industrial waste management. We are going to, where do you say, after the airport, around between the airport and Gwagwalada. We're trying to start an industrial waste management there, and then going to Idu, where you have the industrial area. So we're also thinking about putting one there. So you see, waste management is a problem all over the world. All over the world. And when you talk about what do you call it? Paper. Okay, for example, you see those traders on the road. They sell corn, right? They peel it and dump it there, and said government should come and pack it. So then we will carry it and put the drainage system. You see somebody who buys a plastic water, one bottle of water, he finishes drinking the water, what does he do? On the floor. It was not cost. Even if you see a waste bin there, it is difficult for him or her to walk from here to that point. If you check in the environment here, you may be surprised that you are eating with one of your colleagues banana. Look at the waste. Looking at him there, you prefer to drop it on the ground instead of taking a walk to put it there. So that's the discipline. So it is difficult. But what we are saying is that we are doing all we can to see that it gives us that city that we are talking about in terms of cleanliness.
Is it possible to replicate the Port Harcourt situation in Abuja? Because if you live in Port Harcourt, as early as 5 a.m., people are already on the road sweeping and cleaning.
I don't know.
Government workers.
I don't want to say anything now so that we don't run into politics.
No. I'm talking about Port Harcourt of them.
I don't know.
I've not been to Port Harcourt of
please
them.
ask me about.
Is there a way to have
I
that
don't know what it is now. It's there that I live. I'm going to tell you he doesn't live here. So I live here. So I don't want to begin to make comparison now. Somebody said it's here about politics. So I don't want to do that.
Honourable Minister, I must commend you that you've done so many road projects in Abuja, but there are some few places that are still left behind. For instance, Lugbe, the inner road is not in good state. What are you going to do about it?
I like interest. Interest. I'm sure he's living there, or he has somebody who's living there, or he has a business. No. But
the population
you are not the one to tell us the population of any area. We are the one that knows where people are, what population. People have been look. I have told you that part of our concentration now would be to do some of the internal roads in Lugbe, and then even. Yeah. So just take it easy. But like I said, it is not about awarding contracts. It's about making sure that the jobs are being done based on the resources you have. One thing I have found out, why residents rejoice that contracts have been awarded, they get bitter when they've not seen anything pertaining to award. In fact, they will even tell you why in the first place you should have awarded the contract. No. So I prefer something that if I go ahead to do this, within the time limit I have, I'll be able to complete them. See the thing that we're doing now. The president said, look, we cannot abandon old projects. But while we're not abandoning old projects too, we must also see that we carry out new projects. I can tell you 70% of the projects we have done for the past 3 years are projects that were awarded 15 years, 16 years ago, abandoned. And if we have allowed that, then you will now know what will have happened in Abuja. You will be, even if we do any new thing, you will say, but look at these areas have been abandoned. So what we did first was to make sure that, look, these roads that have been awarded and abandoned, let us see how we can finish them, and which we have done. Not less than 70%. Now, you see, we calculate, okay, you ask, when the president had his second year anniversary, we sat down, okay, in his third year, what are we going to do? What will we showcase? Now, look, Mr. President, in this year, third year, this is what we are giving. This is what we are telling the public what we have done. It will be difficult for you to believe that most of these roads are awarded 6-7 months ago, but have been completed, whether bridges or not. Why? You have built confidence that contractors know that you will pay them, and you are paying them. And we are not just awarding this job and sitting in the office. No. I don't know of any site that has not visited at least not less than 10 times. I don't know of any site. So that confidence building is there. Contractors believe they will pay. And we are paying. And that's one of the things that the president did. That he sees governance as business. This my business must succeed, and therefore governance must also succeed. What did he do to make sure that we are not we are not lagging behind? Was to pull out us from the TSA. Remember, TSA was an impediment for the FCT to grow. How? All funds, the money you have, even we are not generating revenue for government. It is for the development of the FCT. But it was all put together under Secretary account in the central bank. Now, you have no access to commercial banks because there's no collateral. You cannot also borrow from the central bank. So that was an impediment for us. And the president said, listen, well, I will make sure you pull out from the single treasury account. Then go to commercial banks, negotiate with them. Then you take your IGR as a collateral. So I don't need to wait when I will get 200 billion naira. I go to this bank. Can you give us 200 billion naira for this project? This is my collateral. Every month, take social amount of money. I go to this bank. I need social amount of money. Can you take this as my collateral? Every month, take social amount of money. The jobs are going. But it was not the same when we were in the TSA. So you can see somebody who sees governance as business. This business must succeed. And it must succeed. So many factors will have to be looked into. So when we wrote to him about this, he did not waste time. He said, yes, this is a major thing. This is a major impediment to the growth of FCT in terms of infrastructure. Today, we can say, Bank A, we need 2 billion naira. Bank C, we need 1 billion naira. How do you pay? IGR, take 500 million naira every month. You take 1 billion naira every month. The one is being tied to a project. So it is not difficult. And remember, when we came on board, our idea was 9 billion naira a month. But as I speak to you today, we've been able to improve up to 40-something billion. So when people that say, oh, FCT is working, FCT is working, it's working because somebody has made it to work by pulling you out of that TSA. And if that was not done, no matter whatever you say, it will be difficult. And we must give it to Mr. President for having that eye to see that this is an impediment.
Okay, thank you very much. You've raised a number of points or issues in this your last intervention. You talked about the issue of local contractors and of course the TSA and the rest of them. With construction going on virtually everywhere in Abuja, the issue of local content comes in. What percentage of contracts, jobs and procurements are you also giving to local contractors?
I don't do based on local contractors, I do on competence. There are local contractors who are competent. I won't because there's a local content. Local content also does not mean there must be local contractors. Those who work are local people too. See, I can tell you so many companies. You see, with my experience as former governor, I should be able to know those who have capacity to build bridges. I don't need to, because you're a politician, you have supported me, I know you have no capacity, because I want to consider local content, I give you the job. No, but there are local contractors doing well. Take for example, there's one company called Abuja. That job was awarded to them before we came in 2023, before the last administration left at Oshafa. But they have not moved in. So when I came on board, I said, who is this contractor? They say Abdufa. I said, what's Abdufa? I told my chief of staff, start up a committee Go and check the yards of this contractor. I don't want this portfolio contractor. So they went and checked and came back that the man has equipment. I said, I don't believe. I entered the vehicle. Drive me. Let us go and see the place.
You didn't believe that?
No. You see, no, it's not that.
I understand.
The point is that you want to be quite sure so that I don't want to make a mistake. One day, I was satisfied. Their equipment. But again, I don't know about his capacity in terms of engineers and the rest. But when that company finished that road, it was commissioned by the Vice President last anniversary, second year anniversary. That's Abuja. There is Lubrix. Lubrix is the local Nigerian company that doing very well. There is OK Career, so many of them, so many of the local contractors doing good job. But again, you have to compete with what you may call the other. You see that, for example, there are some jobs, because of the technicality of those jobs, I will say, look, I prefer Julius Berger to do this job. Why? Experience, expertise. Look, I prefer Setraco to do this job. Look, I prefer, because luckily by my position as former governor, I should be able to know. Look, when I was governor, virtually Julius Berger took entire River State. All the 12 flyovers were done by Julius Berger. You remember when I was governor, they were counting flyover, 1 flyover, 2 flyover, 3. It became a state, even TVC. You know, 12 flyovers in my second tenure, not my first tenure. Second tenure, 12 flyovers in 4 years. Completed by Julius Berger. That was done by ROCC, etc. So, but in the city, which is like where any visitor would like to come first, you can see what we did in terms of urban renewal. Nobody can say nothing was happening in Rivers. In fact, I don't know who in this country that was not invited to come and commission a project.
There are only journalists. We didn't commission.
No, I don't want you to go and commission. They say the final I say I won an award. You know, so I didn't want to. I don't want people, leaders in this country, leaders, be them any political party. When I was there, I invited APC. I invited people, governors. I don't know whether that happens now. But you can tell that there is no week, there is no month in River State where this former that will not come to commission a project. Not 3D. Not what I intend to do. I've done it.
Okay, still talking about local contractors.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Still talking about local contractors. We have a group of local contractors in FCT. They have done jobs, contracts for Federal Capital Territory Administration, and they've not been paid.
So who told you that? Let me tell you. You know, that's why experience, you can't buy it. You know what they do? With all due respect, that's the system of the directors, all this kind of thing. How can I sit there as a minister? You get an award job of 5 million naira. Then it came to about 30 billion. Who owned those contracts? Look, you see, people think that government will continue to be the way it used to be. Unfortunately, somebody who knows the trick has come. And I said, no, you can't do that again. I won't allow you to even spend that 5 million naira. But you have abused it. I said, no. So when they said they did contract, what did they do? Can anybody come out to say, Under this administration, the minister, you gave us this contract. And up to now, as a local, I have not paid you. Look at education. The way we do, the way I do it, so that you know. Like last month, I paid every company that has to do with this anniversary. All those projects that we have earmarked for commissioning, we have to make sure that we pay them.
100%.
But for them to see that the job has finished, you know what that means. Then we look at education. There are those who have not paid 30%. What we paid them before was 15%. I said, okay, pay them their 15% to make it 30%. Every month, based on what is available, I would say, for this, pay this level. For this, pay that. You know, before, what you see, it's very unfortunate in our system. You see, when somebody starts withdrawing 2 million, 1 million, 500,000, before you do, you have paid that 10 billion. What of those 2 million, 1 million, what did they do? What the effect? No impact. No impact. Okay. When I came on, somebody said, he has this overseas to go to do about land administration. I said, where are you going to? Government money to go to overseas to study what?
Land administration.
What? Land what? Administration. I don't understand that concept. I don't understand that. I said, no, I will not, you won't go anywhere. I will not.
Honorable Minister.
No, the point I'm trying to make is that, you see, we waste our resources, frivolities. Something that's not, why can I approve fund for you, public fund, that you want to go on the conference in America about land administration? What is that? For Christ's sake, what is that? If you want about go to Lagos, go to Port Harcourt, study how their own works or does not work, and make a comparison here. How do you encourage me to sign 20 billion naira to say you're going to America for a conference of 1 week land administration? I wouldn't do that. Before I came, the budget, do you know what they do? You have about 65% of the budget for a recurrent expenditure. How would such society develop? I came on board and said no. 70% of capital expenditure, 30% for recurrent expenditure. Cut down traveling, this and that. Look, you know. When you see somebody say conference for corruption, that's what is that? You are going for conference to do what? Do you need to study corruption? What?
Minister, perhaps they are studying to be able to combat it better.
Excuse me. You see, these are ways people just government funds are being diverted, and I said that is not good. Put this money in this road here. Put this money in this school here. The people will get the impact, and that's why I cannot be popular among the civil servants. No, I can't be popular. If you ask anybody today, one minister that they won't like is me. Why? Those conferences do not matter anything. I put the money together and go and build one road.
Minister, well, you have quite commendably done well in water projects like the Karu water board project that was commissioned as part of these 31 days of commissioning. You have said here that water is life, water is key to the well-being of the residents of the FCT. But the people of Buhari have not felt your touch in terms of water projects due to the Usuma Dam.
You said no, it's not correct.
The Usuma Dam has not been fixed yet, and the people of Buhari still do not have water.
Why don't we wait? You were here when I said on the 14th of this month that the first lady will present Mr. President in commissioning the Buhari water project. I said so here. So why not get to let's go to that point, and you know.
Now regarding electricity, Minister, the 2023 Electricity Act, as signed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has permitted for states, sectors, private institutions across the country and across board to generate power. States like Lagos have, already started implementing and adopting this act. Is the FCT doing anything regarding this, considering the epileptic nature of power supply within the FCT? And do you plan to do this anytime soon? What are you telling residents?
You know the problem we have with government. Sokoto has done this. Therefore, Lagos will do it. You must say, what is your priority now? What are my challenges now? What can I do within the limited resources you have? You cannot just everything you want to carry at the same time. It's not possible.
But Minister, not necessarily now. Do you have plans for the future?
Of course. I mean, it's given. It's given. There's no way you won't talk about improving electricity generation in your area. But the point that what I would not agree, simply because the government has amended the act and signed that states can now. It means the next day, you're talking about. Remember, in this country,
yes,
one of the areas that somewhat took our money, corruption, the power sector, it's a very technical area that you must be sure and ready to embark upon. If you look at the money that they wasted in terms of power, so many people will go to jail.
All right, a quick one from UK now, because we need to go on
Before we wrap up on infrastructure, just so you can hear some of the things that people are saying to you, right? And some people from Piakasa, someone is asking for the road that's linking Piakasa to be opened up to avoid the hold-up that they're going through in their neighborhood. Another person is sending a message about Local Goma and saying that Local Goma is one of the biggest districts in the nation's capital, but doesn't have the kind of infrastructure for the crowd of people that are in Local Goma right now. And then the final person here is actually talking about these people that are calling themselves tax force. When you ask them, they say we're from the area council. They stop your car, and then they start to check, and sometimes they harass people on the roads. I want to find out if the FCT administration sanctions that behavior.
Well, let me start from those who are talking about infrastructure.
Yeah.
And I don't know who tells them that Local Goma is one of the biggest, simply because you're a resident there or you do your business there. So you have not. Look, I have said severally, it is not just to go and award contracts. Do you have the resources to carry out this now? If you want a situation where, for purposes of dancing to the gallery, playing to the gallery, we have awarded social contracts, and then after about 10 days, you don't see the contract on that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. But everybody should be calm, be patient. If we can go this far, then it means that you have hope that this thing will touch all the districts. Now you talk about the tax force. Part of the problems in the city again is that have to do with tax force. The term of government, the area councils or what you call local government have their own schedules where the Constitution has allowed them to collect certain taxes and levies. But sometimes there's always a problem between the taxes they collect and the one that the state collects. And two, who are these people collecting the taxes? Are they known people, or some people impersonate and then commit one crime or the other? When I was governor, I tried to borrow what Lagos State government did. I think either it was when the president was governor, that was carried away. You have the tenement rate, where the state had to cooperate with local government, and when the money is paid, this is the amount that goes to this particular local government based on what is generated within that. In that way, we didn't have duplication or friction between who collects it and who doesn't, to sanitize the entire system. It's also a problem here. People have complained about that. I said, it's an area where I look at it, because look, it's a constitutional issue. So you must be careful not to violate the rights or privileges of area council. But why they have such rights? It's for the convenience of the people too, who are carrying out their daily activities. They don't need to suffer. So we are trying to work out something that will eliminate some of these problems in terms of tax collection.
All right. Honorable Minister, we need to go on a quick break. When we come back, there are questions about park and gardens management in Abuja. What is the legal status and all of that? We'll start with that, and of course, we'll move straight to politics. But we'll go on a quick break now. All right, we'll be right back after this short time out.
Breaking news isn't just about speed, but more importantly, about fact and accuracy. It is responsible journalism, being ahead, unbiased, sensitive, in telling the stories that people would want to hear in a way that protects their sanity and for the public good. And it goes beyond breaking the news to actually following up, exploring all the angles, engaging newsmakers, tracking impact, all geared towards informing, educating, and setting agenda for the people. Breaking news is holistic, entire, complete. It's about you, me, and the world we live in. Breaking news is at the core of what we do at TVC News, and it's the honor of my life to serve you this news, fresh off the press.
TVC News, first with breaking news.
In a world where news never sleeps, we're taking a giant leap into the future. We at TVC Communications are proud to introduce a new era in news broadcasting. But first, let me introduce my special friend, Olamide AI. Hi, Olamide Human. Is it time to come out yet? Yes, indeed it is. And you can bring your friends along. Meet our new AI anchors, speaking your language and sharing your stories. From English, good day. These are the news headlines, to Pidgin,
better country people, on a good evening.
Yoruba,
Ekaro, Ekudede Asikoyi, Shedadalabayi,
Igbo,
Ndewo, Auto Innovation, Ahambu Obada Samson Ejiro,
and Hausa.
Mutane na sanar da zuwa, sunana Rakia Abdulkarim kuma kana kallon TVC News.
We are bringing the news closer to you. Faster, smarter, and always reliable. And together, we are shaping the future of news for every Nigerian, everywhere. Innovation, connection, and trust. The future of news is here.
TVC News, first with breaking news. And now, first in Nigeria with AI news anchors.
Hashtag Unite Against Terror.
Breaking news is not just about the headlines. It is the ripple effects of the headlines. It is the ability to connect the dots of anger, grief, pain, repression, hope, and triumph. It is staying on the story till attention is gotten and action is taken. When we say at TVC News we are first with breaking news, it is not just a position. It is a philosophy, a principle, and a culture.
TVC News, first with breaking news. At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
On the issue of management of the FCT, we were talking about the management of parks and gardens. Let me actually read what the person said. It says, what is the legal status of parks and gardens in the FCT in terms of their documentation? Because in the recent past, all park owners were asked to submit documents for revalidation since last year, which has been done. The Parks and Recreation Department has vetted the documents and submitted a recommendation to the Honorable Minister's Office for necessary action, but nothing has happened.
That's not correct.
Okay, so
but let me tell you, one area we have had challenges has to do with the issue of land and talk about parks and gardens.
3 areas.
First of all, you can find that most of the documents people have do not have any ministerial approval. They just go there, the director of parks, they do one business or the other, and they write an agreement, and then they say, oh, we have given you this park. So, what's a parks and garden? You go to a place where they call parks and garden, they've converted to residential houses. And how will you do that? You go to a place where they say passive recreation, nothing is happening. They bring one caravan and rent it to people and make money. So everything, conditions given are all violated. And if we have cases, over 2,000 cases, 1,500 come from parks and gardens. People are claiming ownership. You said, look, here is a green area. All we want is recreation things that you can make carried out, make it beautiful, the flowers and the rest of the thing. Today they convert it to hotels, to Mama Put. Is that the parks and gardens? And we don't even have the record. And we came and said, listen, this cannot continue like this. We have taken back all our parks and the gardens. If you want to have them, come apply. And then we'll go into conditions. It's not just, it's very pathetic. Very, very pathetic. And if you see the collusion between individuals and those who work in these areas, it's something else. So anybody who said he wants to have parks and gardens must have to apply appropriately. It must have the ministerial approval. Not where the director of parks and gardens will go and sit down with you. So you have to stay here for 8 years. And government will not know. You find out later that look, they have documents saying that they have entered an agreement between parks and gardens, which now, covers the entire FCT. So anyone that has come, do you know before people come and say they want to do mass housing? You give them land. They start selling the land. If you come and apply, put strict condition now, they begin to talk all kinds of things. They are grabbing, there's something that we are going to do in Abuja City Walk. And where it's supposed to be, let's call it technology village, all those things. That place has been there for how many years now? Decades. Do you know what they do there? They collect money from this company. This company will be doing business there. They collect money from the will go and bring a container. I said, okay, I have traveled, for Christ's sake. I have seen things, what moves society, cities. And I said, why can't that be replicated here? What is the offense? So people came. I said, look, they want to be interested in this place. I said, it's not just be interested. It's not, we are going to make conditions. How many years would you have stayed to develop? If you don't develop from now to so time, it goes back to government. Not where you just give her the entire place to somebody and you will keep it there for how many years' time? Look at where you have at the Jabi, where these public people, where are these people who claim they are human rights activists by collecting money from people? Went to court suing that they used to train there. What is that? They used to do jogging there. Has become, the government cannot take a decision on that place. That place was given out 20 years ago to one, they call it suburban. And one of these days, I went there. Oh my God. The place, shanty, people are selling food here, doing it. And look at the lake. I said, where in this world will you have such a place and you cannot develop it? These are the kind of places that people would like to go and stay. I said, revoke that CFO. 20 years ago was given out to suburban. Do you know the next thing I got? 2 minutes, 3 minutes calls from everywhere. Oh, they have been looking for finance. Now they have gotten the finance. Oh, you got the finance today. Simply because you have heard that it has been revoked. That's okay. Come, let me see the finance. Where is the money in the account? Where is it? Put an agreement for us here. Go and do I'm going to supervise the development control to make sure that all your papers, you have got it on time, and continuing for development. Some who came from Lagos and said what they want to do, that's okay. Let's go to the memorandum of understanding. The next thing people do, oh, he's grabbing land. He's doing this. He's doing that. Like I said, these are things you expect. You cannot be in such a position, people will call you good names. No. You have to take decisions that people will not be happy. And I've taken such decisions, anybody can say anything you want to say. When the president told us to go and see how we can get land to build for judges and justices, I went round. I saw a place in Carabina. Jonas Berger's sermon. I said, okay. I said, why did they give them this land? Over donkey years. So I said, oh, no wonder. People say Abuja has not developed. How will it develop? You have kept this land there for how many years? I would take for variety public interest. People don't even know. All you hear, oh, he has gone there to grab their land, did this, did that, did that. So when we now took the land, start bidding for judges and this thing. So the day they commissioned it. So I said, this is the land. People said, I've taken, I've grabbed. It's where the government has built for you now. Look, you cannot be in a position like this and you think that you will satisfy everybody. You cannot. Do the right thing and make sure that you are focused and do your work. So parks and gardens, people claim to say, this park is my own. How can it be your own? Government has, okay, sometimes you see them writing conversion for change of year. I said, how can you do that? Government has their mark here for what it will be. You are not applying for change of use. How can it be? And before you know it too, they've gotten a document. Look, now the matter we just got to know. The matter was in court. And you see how corrupt people are. That land is near the National Hospital. It was given to Abuja Investment Company for recreation. Look at where the General Hospital, the National Hospital is. So I called the GM of Abuja Investment Company. What's going on? Oh, they are looking for developers. We have seen developers. Come on. Go and develop the place. Oh, of course. But you know what happened? Somebody went to court, sued us. The lawyer at Abuja Investment Company said, look, this is government property given to them, but were revoked. The lawyer to FCT admitted everything the claimant went to court against the government. And without bringing it to our own knowledge, and said that it was sold as a federal government house and something. Where is the house there? And colluded with the person who says she's in charge, the director in this federal government. Look, all kinds of things. Now, that's what we want to do. And when you say things have to change, of course, don't expect that you're a good man. You're a bad man. But because you say things must change, you cannot continue to be like that. All right. So, parks and gardens, no problem about that. Right. Come and apply, let us know, and we'll give you a number of years. Right. If you don't develop what we want you to develop, it goes.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Honorable Minister.
Yes, sir.
There is a matter that has been troubling Nigerians for almost 2 weeks now.
Okay.
It has been really troubling Nigerians, and it has to do with a certain individual by the name Adeyemi, who is accused of running a fictitious agency in the name of government. And the President's Chief of Staff Honorable Gbajabiamila has been specifically mentioned by this individual as somebody who worked with him on this fictitious agency. The president has set up, has ordered ICPC to probe the whole matter, and he has given them 30 days to do that. Now, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has also demanded that ADC, as an opposition party, and other opposition parties should join in the probe because, in their opinion, this government cannot investigate itself. How would you respond to this unfortunate incident?
Let me first of all, the demand by Atiku and Co is neither here nor there. It's rubbish. When has government started, when they want to put the person, okay, you from party A, come party B, come party C. When it was the VP, was what they did. One know who done. You say you'll be elected as president. When you come, if ever it will come, when you come, you introduce those things you want to introduce. But let me just tell you something. I was the chief of staff to the government. Without any prejudice, I know the chief of staff very, very well. I know him very, very well. He did not, without prejudice. There are people you target in government to give bad name to your boss. This is chief of staff. This is the person who is in charge of finance and secretary to government. If you want to embarrass any government, these are the target first. Chief of staff is saying that somebody, look, if we get to him, the government will have been embarrassed. Does it make sense? An agency that does not exist, that he will tell him to give him such amount of money.
For 50 million?
I mean, it's madness. Oh, they have a budget. Is it the responsibility of chief of staff to create budget? No. Okay, if the young man knows that is correct, why you run away? What is the, how can you come out to make such a statement and then you run away to run for your life? How? How? You need to be interrogated. Look, I have been a victim. As the chief of staff, I have been a victim. Even most public officers, people make sure that they do everything to bring you down. As I'm sitting as the minister of FCT, somebody has done that, claiming that he knows my children, and that there was a day that he was with my son, and that my son called, Dad, is there any land available? And I said yes. And that they gave him $2 million. So, look at the game. Now, this guy wrote me a letter. The minister wrote to the SSS. Somebody called me from Villa that there has this thing going on. That this, I said, what is that? What is that? He said, you will get this document for me. Somebody trying to do that. I said, okay, no problem. I sent my CSO. Go and get this person. We got him arrested. He said that $2 million was given in the night. That's 9 p.m., 8 p.m. $2 million. And my son was looking at this. What was going on here? But see how, unknown to him, that day in the morning, my son traveled with British Airways. Meanwhile, the money was given in the night. So we have to tell police. They go to British Airways, everything. But let me tell you, these guys are experts. Now, one of them came to me and said, look, by a position, instead of it to be embarrassed, why not settle? I said, settle what? Settle what? This is cheap blackmail. I will not allow that. And we didn't do it. People come and try to put up something that, look, it's not good for them to drag their name in the board, you know, by a position. Just go and see how you can quench it. I said, quench what? Something that happened or did not happen. Look at what is the business of people like Atiku if it's not politically driven? A man accused them today, accused Chief of Staff today. Tomorrow morning, the opposition had issued a statement. So it is not correct that Chief of Staff ever. I know him that too well. I'm not saying that the man in the budget and there was something around. I'm not saying that. That I do not know. But what you should know, Chief of Staff cannot create a budget heads. It's not possible. But if the man was sincere, he can make such a heinous allegation and run away. Trying to the country to boil. What is running after? What is running for your life for? You have come and prove if it was indeed correct. Eyeball to eyeball. Go to the security agency. He cannot say this. Look at my communications with him. Look at the phone I've been talking with him. These are what we have done. Then you run away. Then people are going to say, oh, you are running so that you can be alive. Which life? Is your life more bigger than the lives of other people in the country? They can go and make such an allegation and you run away. And people are saying, oh, you know, Chief of Staff must be sacked by you, opposition. Why not form government, then you sack who you want to sack?
But Honorable Minister, isn't it embarrassing?
Aside to do what?
Honorable Minister, isn't it embarrassing that such a thing even happened in the first? This man heads way for so long. He was meeting government officials, meeting foreign dignitaries, and operating from a government facility.
Can I tell you something? Do you know there are experts? Experts. Come. Why do you think that 419 people? First of all, you must be intelligent for you to be a 419 person. Certain things they do. Look, let me tell you. When I was Minister of State Education, I nearly would have fell into that trap. It is possible to operate. You are saying, why does crime have to, why must there be crime? People take risk. If they succeed, if they don't succeed. And this is one of the things, I'm not saying here that, look, if I'm the head of government, yes, who did this budget something? How did it go? Which is what government is now doing. Go and investigate this. You don't just come up and say, okay, everybody step aside. Who does that? Who does that? So the point I'm making, without prejudice, now look, the government has told the ICPC, because it's a criminal offense. It's not, and it has to do with finance and the rest of it. You go and investigate. So it's not for opposition to come and say, look, add the ADC, add the... They themselves have not solved the problem that are accusing them of not being able to handle their primaries. It's to come and they should put in a committee to probe what happened in government departments.
All right, let's leave that there. Matthews, next question.
Sir, political parties are already uploading candidates to the INEC portal, but your party, PDP, there are different groups that are parading different candidates.
They are not parading, you are the one advertising them. I have told you there are different stages of 419. I have told you that severally. That, you see, let me tell you what happens. You know, when this thing started, and I told the press, listen, this thing that Turaki is doing, he has collected money from people, but it will backfire. When will it backfire? Now, INEC has given access code to political parties as recognized. Have they given him access code? So which candidate did he send form to? But they have given us the access code. We are uploading our candidates, but you are not uploading your own candidates. There's still hope. They will tell the people, listen, we have instituted a legal action. Don't worry, you must be the candidate. Until the election finishes, that hope will still be there. But when the election has not been conducted, they will continue to give them that kind of, simple thing that is not correct. So the issue of faction, it is you people that is making them believe that they are a faction, they are still there. The matter somebody disagrees with me does not consider to be a faction. No. Which secretary do they have? As a party. They don't attend INEC meetings. And yet you still call them a faction. I don't understand. Tomorrow, they go and say, oh, this government is doing this and that. They are not a faction. Those who are authorized to speak are the recognized leadership of the party.
They are saying that they want to bring former President Jonathan as their candidate. They are still talking about that.
They want to
bring Jonathan.
But they have uploaded candidates now. They would have said their own election different. The presidential candidates have been uploaded. They have given them the nomination form to fill. I have seen our own. I have seen the president's own. So which one are they going to give to who?
Okay, Honorable Minister. You are the national leader of People's Democratic Party. Yeah. You're a Democrat. Yeah. Are you concerned that months to the general election, the major opposition political parties are still embroiled in different levels of litigations? For instance, ADC is in courts battling with possible deregistration. Yes. The other day, a court in Lokoja, Federal High Court, also reversed itself and withdrew the registration of Nigeria Democratic Congress. Is this really helping our democracy, multi-party democracy?
Okay, you see, I thought you said opposition party. Indeed, I don't really opposition party. All seeking for his own personal, I want to run an election. I may not get it in PDP. I'll get it in ADC. I'll go there. That makes you opposition. If there is no opposition fighting government, the opposition will come together and remove their selfish interests. That's how opposition works. Now you talk about you are not saying ADC is having problem. You are having problem, you can't put yourself in order. The next thing you will do is to accuse government of trying to collapse other political parties. NDC went to court to get registered. And they said, the court has said, no, well, this is what we did. We have more facts now. We are assuming. But nobody is asking question. Where is the headquarters of INEC? Where is the headquarters of INEC? Abuja. Where is the headquarters of NDC? Abuja. It's Abuja. What are you looking for in local court? Let us tell ourselves the simple truth. What did you go to do in Federal High Court local? You have Federal High Court Abuja here. INEC headquarters is here. Your party office headquarters is here. Then you now went to Lokoja to file suit against INEC to register you. I agree. I agree.
And there's only one federal court.
I agree. You see, he who sees equity must come with clean. Nobody is asking this question. Before I will come to even that one.
if you don't have any hidden intention, how would you have gone to file this sort of action in Lokoja where no attention will be given? If they had filed that suit here, probably, those who are going to contest it in the Lokoja now would have joined them here. But they try to play it so that nobody will know. And then now the court gave you judgment. And you are registered. No problem. No problem. The people now say, what party is registered? With which logo? This is our logo we have used to apply to INEC. And how can you do this? With that, INEC cannot register us. I went back to say, look, if we do the correct facts, he wouldn't have granted them. Look, those are the facts.
Was the court right to have listened to that argument?
Two things. Yeah.
Speaking as a lawyer, not as a politician.
I'm coming now. Two things. If a judgment is given when you don't have the power, the minority, the court can reverse it. If it's also given fraudulently, the presentation of the facts, like that's in this case, they're assuming. What the brother said is called assuming. He can. Yes, he can. But you see, even if, you see, for me, trying to abuse the judge will not help matters. Trying to say, oh, something happened will not help matters. Because you yourself, you had something you were hiding. If not, you wouldn't have gone to Lokoja. You would have filed a suit here. Yes, we all agree. That's one federal, we all agree. But why would you go and file such a very sensitive matter that has to do with the station of political party? Your headquarters is in Abuja. INEC is in Abuja. Then you go to Lokoja to file it. Dragging INEC down there and dragging yourself down there. There must be, people should look clearly what is happening. Now, if the judge has done what he did, it's going to appeal. And that's why there's always appeal. But this attitude of practicing the law on media is not it. None of us are even concerned ourselves. Have I read this judgment? Have I read this ruling that the judge gave? For you to say, no, the judge was wrong. Or no, the judge was right. Just merely because what you call an opposition party. Because now, everybody now, even somebody that cannot win councillorship, you say opposition party. Somebody that cannot even win, look, we did councillorship election here in February, was it not? ADC contested. But if they didn't win one councillor, I'm not talking about council chairman, one councillor, then you shout the opposition party. You have your own internal problems. You cannot solve your internal problems. You say it is the ruling party. I have told you what happened in 2017, 2018, when we had a problem in PDP. People forget when Modi Sharif was said to be the chairman of the party. And we said no, that it is Senator McAfee that will appoint a caretaker committee. I can tell you vividly that the government then of APC was involved. It's just not a question of we know. How do you know that? When the court gave judgment at the Federal High Court, we went to move into the Secretariat. The DSS said no. They are on appeal. When they won the Court of Appeal, we went to Supreme Court. DSS opened the office for them. And then when I went to ask the former DG, Daura, I went to ask him, he said, but when Federal High Court gave judgment here, he said they're on appeal. Now, Court of Appeal have given judgment. We have gone on appeal. Are we not in appeal? He said, no. I laughed. You see government being involved. Did that push me away from the party? Did we say because we have seen the government hand is here? All you need to do is to say, look, put your house in order. But if not because of selfish interest, if this person says he won't get this here, he runs to the other side. When he gets to the other side, that's the problem. He runs to this way. We did not leave the party. And that's to say, we fought it. And we won the matter Supreme Court. And that is the way, not every time you don't know what to do, all you just do, look, we are opponents. Your party, my party, your party, we are all opponents, right? Look at, okay, take countries who are playing football, right? You want to win. Germany wants to win. Argentina wants to win. Germany goes to field unregistered players. On their own, they know the implication of players that are not being registered. You go and field them. Now, Argentina loses, for example, and finds out that, look, these people played for you, they are not registered. The players are not registered. And now files an appeal. Then you say, why should Argentina do like that now? Why do you go and field unregistered players? You shouldn't have done that. So when parties, you see, as political parties, know that your opponent is watching you very well. Any mistake, it takes advantage of it. It is not that, they are doing this. You see, any day they lose one court matter, you lambast the judge. When you win an appeal, it's the last hope of the common man. I have never seen a thing like that.
Minister, let's turn our attention to a matter that has different dimensions, yes, political and security-wise. Yes. The presidential candidate of the NDC, Mr. Peter Obi, was interviewed recently, where he stated that Governor Seyi Makinde told him that Mr. President did not and has still not called him regarding the Orire abduction of pupils and students. Okay. In the spirit of inclusive governance, Minister, regardless of party affiliation, do you think the President should have at least called the governor, even though we know he had sent some delegates to the state?
Let me ask you first of all, let me just first of all, I don't know how I will value any statement made by P2B. I don't. Why? Because you are not showing a man who's consistent. I'm coming to that. I've not seen that. Everything for him is politics. I'm not in a position to confirm, but I do know if President did not call Seyi, who's the governor, did Seyi call the head of the government? That is what has happened in my state. If you called him, they spoke. What is the problem? The mere fact that the president did not come, but you called president. If something happens in my state now, it is for me to call Mr. President. First, this is the problem, sir. That's how it is done. I mean, you can't turn it the other way around. For whatever reason it is.
Is that
yes. Because you are the chief security officer of that area. If something has happened in your state, it's for you to take and make a call to put a call to Mr. President. Mr. President, this is what has just happened in my state. Another thing that's important, did Mr. President take concern about it? Did he do anything about it? Let us not be playing politics in everything. P2B thinks that he's not the messenger Seyi told him. So he's telling the world that it was Seyi told him. There are so many things that Seyi may not have told him. But why do you play politics in that? What do you think you will achieve by saying that? So if Mr. President calls him, then the problem has been solved. What is more important is Mr. President has he taken step to making sure that what happened, our children are being rescued, our sanity is being brought. It's not about who called who, did not call who. Look at petty things you want to take it to make, if at all it is correct. For me now, if I have a problem in FCT, Mr. President may know, but it's my responsibility to call Mr. President, sir, we have this problem. He may know through intelligence report, but Protocol demands that I should call Mr. President. Assuming he calls him that he had that it was going to happen, he said, no, nothing like that in my state. What happens? It is your responsibility as a state governor to put the court through the office of Mr. President. And then Mr. President will not say, yes, I have had it. I got that intelligence. No problem, I'll get back to you. All he needs to do to settle the machinery, like he did by sending powerful government delegation to go to the place. So we should not every time trivialize issues. Is it how Obi thinks that they will vote for him? It's by telling Nigerians, President did not call Sheyi. That's what Sheyi told me. That's you and the gospel will tell Sheyi. I mean, why not say something concrete? Tell Nigerians something concrete. You begin to capitalize on any small thing that nobody you want to play politics with everything. Meanwhile, you want another party, you couldn't stand the crisis, you ran away.
The former deputy governor of Oyo State, yes. Ambassador Taufik Arakwaja, is being paraded as the secretary of the caretaker committee set up by the Turaki group of the People's Democratic Party. Now, he's been reported to be on his way to the APC, while your former ally, Governor Sheyi Makinde, is in APM. Just so you can give us your thoughts on this dynamic.
Is there anything I have said I've not gone to reality for politically? Is there anything I have said I've not gone to reality? When you see people deceiving themselves, they blame other people. I know from day one, what Sheyi and Co are doing will not stand. This Arapaja was the one they said they elected in the Amala Convention as the national what? Secretary. The same Arapaja. Now, when they did not get that, the Supreme Court said there was nothing like that. They now say they formed caretaker committee. The man has seen that there's no way. If that is true, why did Sheyi go to APM? The man has seen the truth and wasting my time here. You see, you can deceive people anytime, but lies have limits. Every lie you tell has a limitation. And people will come to see it. I have told you, nobody is willing to do opposition party. All they are doing is how I will feature myself to be the presidential candidate, how I feature myself to be the governorship candidate. You cannot talk about opposition when ordinary house that you are building, you cannot put the house in order. Each day, you see snake, it was signed by the ruling party. Gerard, you see lion, it was signed by the ruling party. What kind of organization, what kind of leaders are that? What kind of leaders? Does it not look at it in River State? What will bring peace to your people? What will make us to be people who are interested in the development of our state? How did the issue of Rainbow Coalition come? Why is it that you don't hear about killing before people used to bring your front page? Rivers of blood, this and that. Now we have disappointed you people. Nothing like that again. It's not for you to accept the ingenuity of what we did. Look, it's not about party. It's about how do we work together to achieve a common result, irrespective of the party that we will achieve it through. And that's what has happened in River State today. You don't hear it. It is a place that that nothing you can do. I hear this mushroom association. Nothing. So you see people working hard every day, putting their steps together on how they can achieve a common thing that will lead to the development of their people. Your own is today, ADC has problem. There are the NDC has problem. There are the PRP. All you do is accuse government. accuse government, accuse government. Why not say government? We know you are the one, you can't succeed. And therefore, remove your selfish interest. What are they fighting in ADC? The people there say, look, we are the ones here, we are party officers there. How can you come and carry our this thing? Greed. Okay, we will not agree. We must follow by our constitution. You can't take this. Our constitution says before you do this, this is what is going to happen. NDC has their own primaries. What was the problem? They say money did this, money did not do that. Till they came to, okay, try to, you know, panabit it and come to public to tell you, oh, we have resolved. Resolved what? You have not resolved anything. So, the opposition is giving the ruling party what a slip, done nothing. That's what they've done. And why do you blame them? So my question now is, if your party is in tatters, why must you shift the blame to another person? The only way that the democracy is only if ADC or NDC participate in the election. If not, there's no democracy. Democracy now for us in Nigeria has been defined where Atiku participates and Obi participates. That's the only time we have democracy. That is the level we have taken ourselves to, defining democracy by the participation of Atiku Abubakar and Peter Obi. If they don't participate, no northern Nigerian can run in those positions to make it as democracy. Democracy is only when Atiku Abubakar contests, only when Peter Obi contests. That's the only time we are talking about the democracy opposition. Watch. I have told you, and I've been people, PDP had a problem. Now, having that problem is not easy to put yourself back to win a presidential election. It's not an easy task. You are not even talking about ordinary ward election. It is difficult. And what is more paramount to us now, build the party, see what you can do at the state level, get the ones you can build, put their pieces together, then prepare. Everything must not be that, this one happened. If they knew. Okay, you're talking about the PDP. Was that not the one that was accused of being an agent of APC? Was that not the one? Fine. Those who accuse me, where are they? No, don't laugh. I tell Nigerians, where are they? But I'm still here.
They're still watching you.
Watching me to do what? I have made my number. Everybody knows what I have said. I have not hidden it, and I've told our party, let's put our house in order. If it's, no, that of course you have to participate does not mean that he was. You see, that's the problem we're having. Nobody is interested in winning local election. You've not even put your house in order. You want to win presidential. Do you know what it takes to have structures in 36 states of the federation? Do you know what it takes to put yourself in order to campaign for 36 states? Is it a two-month program? It's not. Even people who want to run for governorship in their own states, you know what it takes. The time for planning is not an easy thing. And so it's not that, look, PDP must win presidency. No, but we participate. We have known the mistakes we made last time, and we're not going to make that mistake again. That's what is important. It's not about every time.
Let's hear from you as an astute politician.
Yes.
Given what is happening in all the political parties, including the ruling party itself, that has been accused of non-performance and all of that.
Non-performance of what?
That's what the opposition said.
Can they talk about not performing?
That's what they said. Nigerians are
Are they the agents of Nigerians? How can you say I'm sitting here commissioning 31 days project?
Maybe if I frame the question, then you'll be able to respond.
I'll put it well.
Given what is happening in the political parties, including the ruling party.
Yes.
Do you think the period leading to the election in 2027 will be pretty the same as we had in the period leading to the 2023?
I don't understand what you mean by pretty the same.
Will it be more difficult for the president this time around, despite being an incumbent? To win.
For president to win election?
Yes, despite
being
an
the elections
incumbent.
again?
The presidential election.
Okay, can you tell me something? Look, see the way I do my own
You said
thing.
it's your candidate.
No, let me tell you, look at the way, simple thing. Tell me which of the parties is ready to contest the election with the president. It's not by, see, you tell me, make your own analysis.
May I give you a
yes,
process?
tell me, yes.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
At least with the latest IMF reports that we're looking at,
yes.
we're looking at they have pointed out that the policies of this administration have been doing well on a macro scale. But when you come down to the micro levels, the quality of life of the Nigerian has deteriorated. And they're saying that part of our GDP, 2% of our GDP was not accounted for in our budgeting. So it's the economic life of the Nigerian versus the president come 2027.
First of all, you have not answered the question. We don't do presidency by appointment. It's by election through political parties. Let us even say assuming, do not consider. I say first of all, mention one party that's ready to wrestle this presidency out of the
ADC.
Oh no. By
NGC.
NGC.
They are ready.
Okay.
PRP said they are ready.
You see, that is one thing that is killing us.
And Nigerians are ready too.
One thing that is killing us is that how is ADC ready when, as it stands today?
Have a presidential candidate.
No, you don't know. You don't know. No, until the matters are finished, you don't know. The one leg is there, one leg is there.
So even the PDP is just fielding a presidential candidate for the fun of it?
No, but he said it.
It's whatever you want to. I have told you, you cannot wake up in the morning. I want to be president of Nigeria. No.
Okay, what of NDC?
It takes who?
NDC.
Which one is the NDC again?
Peter Obi.
The only way I know they are ready is using the media. That is look. Okay, let us start. Let us start
why
from
they
here.
said that the election is not between them and the present government, but between the present government and Nigerians.
Let the Nigerians decide. Let the Nigerians decide. We have done by-elections. What has happened? At least that what to call to show that this government is not doing well. We have to let you know through the box, the ballot papers. Did they win anyone? Did they win anyone? You had area council election here, where you would have said to test that Nigerians are not willing to bring you back. You will start failing from this councillorship. Nothing. How do you now? What's the barometer you use to measure that they are ready? All they do is knowing fully well that there will be failure. They bring the complaints. Let me tell you something. Hello, okay. I don't know whom ADC said they are bringing as a president, their vice president. Is it the person? Okay. Okay. Now. Okay.
You are not aware. You are not aware, or you just want to.
No, I don't.
You just want to pretend that.
No. It's not everything they say on media that's correct. Sometimes you speculate.
But this one is correct.
Have they really come to confirm it?
Yes.
Or to you people? No. We are just saying.
It's out there.
No, that's what people are saying.
Okay.
Have the party presented him?
Yes, the party has.
They have.
Yes, they have.
Fine. Of what value now? So you win the River State. So look. Let's just start. It's when you make an analysis of who will win here, who will win here. Let's take it state by state. Take it from my own state. Take it from FCT here. Did you understand me? In 2014-15,
He was the governor. Yeah, he was the DG of Buhari. I was minister, I resigned. I beat his candidate shaggily. Yeah, he was governor. Buhari didn't get 25%. Are you not aware? In 2019, when they brought the federal might to the state, I told them it did not work. Why? Because we were grand there. I won. Buhari did not get 25%. Are you not aware? In 2023, when you lost the presidency, you supported Atiku. Atiku didn't get 10% on that PDP. I think he wouldn't get. Did he get? Fine. Now, so can you tell us in truth that any of these parties will win a River State? You know the truth. It's not about you know the truth. Every time you rate people based, I was former this, I was former that. No. Let's take the states one by one and analyze it. And look at the persons there. When you say, see, anywhere you go, take for example, even in my own family, I may be the breadwinner of the family, right? They listen to you. Do you understand that? They listen to you. Our politics have not gone to that where you say, oh, obey purely on merit. And you must tell yourself this hard truth. So when you are analyzing that the opposition want to really win, which of the opposition? If there's one opposition political party today, then I can be saying, oh, they've really come together. But you don't have anything like that. So they should stop winning the election through the media. Win the election with facts. You said here that, see, when you talk about economy, mind you, probably because the government, they don't want to expose their party before whatever that happened. You know that this country was almost gone. And decisions taken, I had decisions that you need to be patient. The government has said it severally. If you are fighting crime, crime will fight back. If you want to make changes, some people will make sure it does not work. But with your steadfastness and your commitment, you will achieve the result. It takes time. And I told people this. There are some things that you don't do. Okay, now. Mr. President, two things people should commend him. First of all, that when you see leadership, who in this country has gone to court to challenge that local government should be autonomous? Who in this country? Even when you know that your party is the ruling party, and you said, no, I don't believe in that. I'm talking about autonomy. I went to court. That's how you know people who are thinking ahead or have to. Who today, states are saying that they don't borrow money again. When I was governor, we were running around banks. You see a bank manager that you've been kneeling down for a bank manager because you need money. Today, you are hearing it from the governors, but I say they don't run around the banks. Money is made available. Who did that? Mr. President does not control the subnational. Mind you that. But he has made available funds, like I said today. The kind of fund I'm getting in Abuja. Ask me a question. Mr. Minister, what are you doing with the funds that FCT is getting? I said, what are you doing with the funds? So you cannot, Mr. President cannot, having made me to have access to those funds, now begin to say, okay, you must do it like this. No. He has done his own part by making money available to the sub-nationals. Now it is incumbent on the sub-nationals to now say, this thing has come, this is what we are going to do. Everybody is done everything and say, the presidency. Nigeria is not run that way.
Okay. Our time is up.
You must take the totality.
All right.
of what happens in Nigeria before you say. It's not about there are decisions that the present government have taken that. It requires a strong government to do that.
Okay. All right. Our time is up. And of course, we also need time to go and prepare for the big one this evening. I'm sure it's going to be I'm sure it's going to be a lot of fun there.
But again, the media...
And the city gate is commissioned.
And now look at it. We are doing 31 days. Look at the empowerment of the media. 31 days empowerment.
We are happy about that.
Nobody's talking about that.
We appreciate you, sir.
Look at the contribution FCT has made to the media.
We appreciate you,
okay.
Sir. We appreciate you.
So don't say tomorrow what I will do. We have empowered the media.
We appreciate you.
We have.
We appreciate you, sir. And the residents of this road. Sorry, sir. And the residents of this road that you are seeing here.
When they're empowering you.
The residents of Jerry will say anyway. This road we are seeing, say I should thank you for the work we are doing on this road. Thank you very much, sir.
Well, that is our job. We continue to do what we're supposed to do.
All right. We really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for allowing us to invade your privacy yet again.
Thank you.
We hope to see you very soon again. My colleagues there, Jide, it's been a nice time.
Thank you.
Martins.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Of course, Chris.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister.
Chijoke.
To be here, Honorable Minister.
Kayla.
Thank you so much, Honorable
I hope
Minister.
you will tell our eyes the right thing that happened.
Thank you, sir. We really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
That's this edition of Media Chat featuring the Honorable Minister of the FCT. We hope we made your day. If so, we look forward to having you same time, maybe some other time next month when we come back on the series. My name is Benga Aruleba. We'll see you around.
Thank you very much. Guests, may we rise for the national anthem.